For 6 years, I worked in cable news. For 3 years, I worked at MSNBC. And for 3 years, I worked at Fox News. Okay. I understand that is an odd 1-2 punch. It is like telling people that you used to work at a food bank and then also Fox News. People always ask, they're always curious. They're like, what was the difference between the people who worked at both of those places? And the best way that I can put it is that the people who worked at Fox were weird and the people who worked at MSNBC were annoying. Basically, everyone who worked at MSNBC was that kid in school who would like remind the teacher that they forgot to assign homework. And everyone who worked at Fox was that kid who was like, do you want to see my dad's gun? And it's like, yes, I do, but I don't think my mom's gonna let me come to your house anymore. My job was to walk the on-air guests from the green room to the studio. So even though I didn't get to meet any of the interns, I did become friendly with some of the on-air talent. I worked for Fox for 3 years. The closest friend that I made when I worked there, he was this guy who's very nice, he was very polite, very kind. The only downside about him is that he was Republican operative Karl Rove. Okay. So some of you might know him as the architect to the Iraq War. To me, he's the only coworker I had who also watched BoJack Horseman. And I get that this is a bad look for me, certainly where I'm from, because in woke Brooklyn, you're not supposed to be friends with Karl Rove. It's how life happens sometimes. I got to meet all of the highest profile people when I worked there. Because when I worked at Fox, I interned for what at the time was the highest rated show at the network. It was called The O'Reilly Factor. It was hosted by Bill O'Reilly. If anyone doesn't know who Bill O'Reilly is why your dad is the way he is. You know how you saw a photo of your dad from the 80s? He's like at the beach and he's wearing an open button down and he's smiling and you're just like, what happened to him? Bill O'Reilly is what happened to that guy. He ended up getting fired 3 months after I left because it turned out the network had spent over $40 million settling sexual harassment suits against him, which was kind of a reoccurring theme in my cable news career. Because I worked for this lady, Gretchen Carlson, and then she got fired. And then I worked for Bill O'Reilly, and then he got fired. Then I went to MSNBC, and then Matt Lauer got fired. I was essentially the harbinger of death for cable news personalities. I was like that little girl from The Ring. I would just look at an anchor and be like, 7